Why does this look so cool? The trees above my tent. I love how thin the plex light is. You can literally see right through it. Good morning. My head, that's like half on. I think the bugs are finally gone, but I didn't want to risk it. It's the morning of day 167. Dude, and if I keep feeling like I do right now, I feel so good. Did almost 29 miles yesterday, which I felt amazing, but I was still like nervous about it because I'm like, I don't know, the last thing I want to do is obviously hurt myself, but I couldn't have camped anywhere on the road walk I was on. And if I didn't do that road walk yesterday, then I most likely would have missed what looks like it's going to be a perfect weather window to do Katahdin tomorrow. I'm excited to get service in like 5-6 miles just so I can confirm the weather. Be disappointing if Tuesday no longer looks clear, but I'm really hopeful, honestly. It's like perfect today. So I woke up super early. I was 15 miles from Abol Bridge. So I think I'll get there before 1. I'm kind of thinking I won't have any problems checking in at the Birches just because there's no northbounders, and I'm assuming southbounders don't stay there because it just wouldn't make any sense to stay there when you, for starters, have to make a reservation to climb the mountain. So at that point, you'd think you'd also just make a reservation for Katahdin Stream Campground. But also, I can't imagine that most people stay in Baxter when you can get dropped off and just go 5 miles up the mountain, 5 miles down the mountain, and like half a mile and you're back on the AT in the woods. But I don't know. So we will see. Yeah, like life goals is hopefully going to be summiting Katahdin bright and early tomorrow morning. That's so nice. Abol, 6 miles, Katahdin, 21 miles. Cool, so super random, pretty exciting. I'm just like walking up Rainbow Ledges, 6 miles from Abol. I'm like at this like first top and then it dips and then it goes back up, hoping to get some service to freaking upload a couple things. I'm so far behind, but I just ran into Hell Yeah Jesus, who's also doing the calendar year Triple Crown. He was like at Kennedy Meadows like an hour before I got there, before I flipped back out here. And he made it 300 miles past there. And then right now he's out here to do Katahdin to Hanover. So we're on like a kind of similar schedule. I mean, he'll finish the East Coast probably before I will. I'd have to like do weird math. I think he has less to go than I do and is probably doing better mileage because he's less broken. But yeah, it's sick to see him. That's pretty sweet. There's so many awesome people doing the calendar year Triple Crown. The funny thing is though, like I was just walking and all of a sudden I said out loud, I was like, dang, like it smells really good. Like I think there's a day hiker or a southbounder guy up here. Like it smelled really fragrant of like men's body wash. And it was him because he just started yesterday. So he's like super clean. It's wild how your nose can smell that from a distance after a while. Like I can friggin' pick someone out from a mile away. Just found this in the shelter. I want to take it so bad. Maybe I will. Apparently these are supposed to stop. It only has 2 wings. It's supposed to have 4. They're apparently supposed to stop mosquitoes from freaking messing with you. I wonder if it works. I might just have to. Maybe I'll put it on my backpack somewhere. 500-mile wilderness. I feel like it was better the second time. It didn't rain. The funniest thing about every person that I've crossed paths with who's going south is they're all like, and this is like obviously very nice because like without talking to someone, no one has any idea what's happening. They're like, congratulations, you're almost done. It's like, I do hit 4,000 miles today for the year, which is great, especially after being in limbo for injury, but it ain't over yet. Would you look at that? You did it again. Last time I was here, the store was freaking closed in the morning because we came here so early. Typically, like if this was, hold on, let me flip this. If it was like the height of no-bow season, there's absolutely no chance in hell that I would be strolling up at like 11 a.m. because, I mean, unless like you had no timeline and just didn't care and we're gonna do like 10 miles in Summit tomorrow morning. But typically when there's actually through hikers going north, you would try to get here at like 3 or 4 in the morning so you can get a spot in the Birches, which is like the tenting and shelter location for through hikers, and then you would summit the next morning. But I mean, there's literally no northbound hikers, and like maybe I'm wrong, but I'm under the current assumption that Sobos can't or don't stay at the Birches. So even though it's late, I'm thinking I should hopefully still be able to stay there tonight, but we'll see. I'm about to hit up the store, top off a little bit. Like I don't want to get too much, but I mean, I haven't had service, so I haven't mapped how far after Katahdin I have to go before I get to a store. So like it's definitely not tomorrow, hopefully Wednesday. So I'm just gonna get stuff for dinner tonight and a few more snacks and then keep it moving. It's so early, so it'll be a pretty early night. You're welcome. Friggin' gorgeous day. Okay, made it to Abol, went to the store. No sandwiches, but I got dinner for tonight. A couple snacks. I think I have plenty of stuff to get out to wherever I need to go, and some drinks and stuff. Talked to Donald, who is like the nice ranger that like hangs out by the Birches. Apparently I'm gonna be the first hiker to the Birches. And then while I was just sitting there drinking a soda, Cooper just drove by from Shaw's. So that's sweet. I was like, I'll see you Thursday. Hopefully I'm gonna try to get a ride, like at least from Holton to Millinocket, and then maybe they can come pick me up, but we'll have to see what I do. Let's get it. Okay. Whee. don't think they had these nice platforms when I was here before. Once again, accidentally paused my watch multiple times today. So you can never really know how far I go. It's 20 miles though, because it was 15 to Abol and 5 to here. It's nice and early, 19 miles in 9 hours. Pretty sure towards the end of the day. Bugs are bad. They were pretty bad last time I was here, even in August. But we got here earlier than this because we had gotten to like the bridge and whatever, like super early in the morning. But we got here and like we're chilling, and it wound up raining all day, which is pretty sweet because we just got to sleep in the shelter and the bugs wound up going away. So that's cool. Right now I'm about to walk down the road to do like pay for this campsite and register everything, I guess. Get like the little card they give you for going up Katahdin. And then literally come back and do nothing for the rest of the day. Get writing and video work done. Probably gonna eat 2 dinners because I bought an extra one. Just lay in my tent, catch up on rest, and I'm hyped to wrap this up tomorrow. I mean, obviously I have to go back and, do the rest of the miles that I missed in southern Maine and New Hampshire, but it's like 200 and change. And I'm feeling so much better. I have a feeling they'll be pretty fast miles. I would hope, even in tough terrain. I would like to think I'll still be doing like 25 miles a day. We'll see. Obviously, it'll be dependent on all kinds of things. I'm hopeful that, over the next few days, I just keep feeling better and better. It's just funny how it goes in waves. Yesterday, I felt so good. There were like a couple moments where I felt tight, but generally really good. And today I felt fantastic for the first 15, and then sat around for a little bit and was like kind of tight. Just doing these last 5 miles. The funny thing is though, it's like the outside of my hip, like that's tight. It's actually not so much the hip flexor, but they all tie together. So there's that. I love woodpeckers. Ooh. Whee. I'm in my tent. It's crazy. I just combed through my hair for the first time since leaving Shaw's on Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 4 days ago. And my hair is super curly, but it's like really, kind of greasy. I haven't washed it since maybe when I first got to Shaw's. So 2 weeks ago. But I ran out of coconut oil. That's usually what I put in it when I wash my hair. And if I wash my hair and don't have coconut oil, then my hair is like crazy tangled. So I've just been putting lots of conditioner in it while I was at Shaw's. So it's like kind of straight after I just finger combed through it. But yeah, just hanging. I was sore at the end of the day. And then I took ibuprofen, which I took last night and this morning. I've just been taking it periodically. As needed, and I actually feel a lot better. I just think there's a lot of stuff happening. I have some inflammation, I have some different stuff, but I just walked back to the ranger station and felt like way better than when I walked here before. And the only difference is like I literally took ibuprofen and ate dinner, so clearly it's working. But I'm just like planning out and thinking about tomorrow, and I have such a weird brain. I really hold on to little things that people say, even if they're not significant or important. And I just like was laying in my tent and remember that the ranger had said the saddle trail, which I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I'm thinking I'm not even going to do Knife's Edge. I'm just going to do the saddle trail even with better weather, because it's just the faster, easier. Well, it's not significantly. The mileage is the same. It's just going to be faster. It's still really, really steep, like 2,000 feet in the first 2 miles, and then like 1,300 feet over the next 3 miles, which isn't that bad. But he had said it was slippery, and then I'm thinking, what does that mean? Ooh, I'm boiling water. I'm making hot apple cider because I can. Someone hiker boxed a bunch of them when I was at the hostel, and I drank a couple of them, and then just decided to throw a couple of them into my like food drop. And I know I have too much stuff right now, but I don't have service. I haven't had service. I haven't posted a blog or video or anything in like 3 days. I bet I have a bunch of messages from people being like, are you dead? I just am in the 100-mile wilderness. I have no service. But so I don't know how it's going to play out with food. I mean, tomorrow I have to do Katahdin, and then past there, tomorrow will be at minimum a 17-mile day. That'll get me to the start of the International Appalachian Trail. So it's like the 5 miles up Katahdin and then 11.8 miles to go down. And only 2 of those miles are like steep. And then it's just down on a trail, and then it's all road for the rest of my life. And my hope would be that I will do more than 17 tomorrow, and that I'll do maybe a handful of miles more than that. There's like a few different like campgrounds and things along the dirt roads that I have to walk on. And if I recall from being out there before, I think I'll probably have a lot of opportunities to camp. And the further I go, the better. But past that 17, it's like 21 miles along dirt roads to get out to like a main highway. And once I'm out there, I'll have, endless options and probably service. So I'm thinking tomorrow I, summit, get down and start the extending whatever trail. And then Wednesday night, I'm assuming I'm going to spend the night in town. I just don't know what or where. I might reach out to the people from the AT hostel. I don't know if that would be kind of like far and might not be smart. Or who knows, maybe there's Uber. Maybe there's an Airbnb or motel like right on my route. Couldn't tell you because I don't have service, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, I'm like trying to hold on to snacks and stuff, but I have like a bunch of hot chocolate and a bunch of things, and I know I'm not going to need tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like at most I need 3 days worth of food. And I know for a fact on Wednesday I'm going to be passing by businesses, I'm pretty sure. And definitely on Thursday. And then Thursday I'm going to probably finish. I mean, it's only 7. My little brain just can't. I want to say after Katahdin, it's 70 more miles. So tomorrow at minimum, I would bring that down to 58. More likely, I'll bring it down to somewhere between 50 and 58. We'll see how I feel, obviously, and take it 1 mile at a time. And then just assumptively, based on how I felt doing the road walk the other day, I'm thinking I'll definitely be able to do 25 and 25. Maybe a little more one day. Once again, we'll just have to see. Because I'm summiting a day early, it doesn't make a big difference to me if I stayed out an extra night or something. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it all breaks down. There's a motel that's on the International Appalachian Trail, like super close to the border. It's actually like insanely close to Houghton, right before like you go toward Houghton, and then the IAT jets up and rides along the side of the border, which I'm not doing this time because it adds miles for no reason, basically. But there's a motel somewhere near there that was for being nothing special at all, it was one of the best motels I've ever stayed at. It's in the middle of nowhere, but I stopped at a gas station before, so I did bring like some snacks and some drinks, but I took a zero there. It was actually the first zero that I took in like 30 days in 2023 when we were rushing to finish the AT. And I'm thinking like, I'm not going to be able to zero on the IAT because I'm trying to beat like winter, and it all just worked out. I did extra mileage, whatever. So I zeroed at this place, and it was connected to a restaurant, and I had the best lasagna of my entire life and a bunch of coffee milkshakes, and they're connected. So like I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at this place every single day. I lounged in the room. There was no laundry. I did bathtub laundry. But it'd be sick to stay there if the mileage plays out. I just kind of don't think that it will. We'll see though. I'm so excited that 5 miles from now I get to start something new. even if it's just 70 miles. Like when I did the IAT and the AT last time, I didn't connect it this way because the rangers basically told me that I couldn't, which is probably still the case. But this time I'm just doing the don't ask, don't tell policy because it's the only route you can take unless you like go down and then get picked up and then go into Millinocket and then access the IAT from like back roads. But yeah, so I'm sleepy. I'm gonna try to get some writing and video work done. It's still insanely early. The funny thing is I've gotten nothing posted, but I'm pretty much entirely caught up with everything because of the road walk the other day. So I have like 4 videos entirely done, voiceovered, exported, everything, but no survey. But good night. Tomorrow, Katahdin. I've been lying in my tent for the last hour, like dozing in and out, so I set an alarm so that I wouldn't randomly fall asleep and, I don't know, not charge things or whatever. And someone just came by, and it was the nice ranger guy who checked me in and did everything, and I went back and asked him a question, and then he just brought me a muffin. And he brought me the list of all the finishers, all the northbounders, because he was curious that there were a few of them that I didn't know, which I'm curious about too, just because that means they didn't go to Shaw's, which is crazy. You go like northbound from Georgia to Maine and you didn't stop at Shaw's Hiker Hostel toward the end. Where did you go? Did you resupply? How did you get through the 100-mile wilderness? If you're watching this and you are that person or that is true of you, comment below, because I'm so curious how you would possibly do that. Like if you went into Caratunk before Shaw's, you'd have to carry like 150 miles of food. Now like more, even more. Okay, I'm about to eat this muffin and then go to bed.